And welcome back to What If. And we're continuing off the what if Goku had joined Raditz. Now, we last left off, Goku had joined Raditz, but it wasn't in the sense that he had gone evil or anything. It's the sense that Raditz saw the potential in Gohan, saw the possible potential in his own brother, and realized there might be a shot of convincing Nappa and Vegeta to join them and to maybe fight against Vegeta, fight against Frieza, maybe reclaim a bit of the Saiyan race, things along those lines, plus to get to know his family again. Someone did ask the question, though, why did I make Gohan so weak? Well, there's two answers to that question. A, I honestly just forgot to factor in Gohan's second year training. So I actually forgot to fully to give him any actual training. But to factor in his second year training, fully Gohan would actually probably be around 2,205, 2,500 when it's all said and done. But the reason for that is that the stipulation for allowing Gohan to even train with Piccolo in this scenario is the fact that Chi-Chi approved of it so long as Gohan also keeps up with his studies. So combine that Piccolo had to get survival training down on Gohan as well as let him study in a much longer time frame, meaning that Gohan had less time to train in a year than he did in the original version. But the fact that we get to add an extra year onto that training allows Gohan to definitely improve himself. So Gohan's actual power would be somewhere probably around 2,500. Because remember, Gohan's power honestly wasn't even above 1,000 in the original canon. And I believe I put him at 1,000 just from the get initially. So before the second year kicked in of training. So to the person who says, why am I making Gohan weak? A, I forgot to actually give him the second year. But B, he's stronger than he is in the canon, man. I mean, I don't know how you would think of it, but regardless. So we left off. Goku and Raditz are tailing behind Vegeta and Nappa for about an hour's worth of time as they were able to, kick the ship into gear, which enabled them to also train more intensively, allowed them to train strong. Basically, because they had another year's worth of training, and they've already trained under around 50 times Earth's normal gravity, with Goku being, I believe, around 30 and Raditz being around 24,000. When it's all said and done, with another training and eventually cranking up to 100 times Earth's normal gravity for a year, easily Goku would be at 150,000, Raditz would be at 1,000. Again, factoring in the power levels, I'd say everyone's roughly double their actual power level in the for the Z Warriors. So Krillin's like around 2,500. Basically, he'd actually be around the same level as Gohan at this point. Tien's roughly speaking 3,000. Chiaotzu, I'm going to just say, is around 1,000. Yamcha is like 2,800 or 2,800. And Piccolo, roughly speaking, is maybe is in the high 6,000s to roughly around 7,000. So Vegeta and Nappa show up on Earth to see basically where these warriors are exactly, because they're pissed because Vegeta and Raditz alone was actually able to thrash Goku, or was able to thrash Vegeta. Sorry, and that infuriates him. Talks about the Earth Warriors, things along those lines. How his son is there, and then the Z Warriors meet up with them. They confront him and ask, "Hey, are you the guys who worked with that Raditz?" I was like, "Oh, you mean that weakling? Yes." It's like, really? Because he was pretty strong. Like, oh yes, but compared to me, I am elite, the prince of all Saiyans. Blah 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 blah. Basically just talking about, these are the warriors that Kakarot train. How could they get so strong? You're nothing compared to us. But power survives. In fact, we're just going to show you Cybermen, but they take care of all the Cybermen. Even Yamcha survives the Cybermen this time around because he's twice as strong now. So Ultima's like, no, Nappa, take care of him. So Tien, basically, here's how Tien and Piccolo are both the strongest members of the Z Fighters at this point. They agree that Gohan, Yamcha, and Krillin will take on Nappa, and Piccolo and Tien will face off against Vegeta. But I say, no, you're gotta get through me first, and I'm gonna warn you, I'm the patty cake champion. And then basically the fight commences, And Nappa kind of, he rips through Yamcha, Gohan, and Krillin, even though they're able to put up a relatively okay fight 3-on-1. But ultimately, he's just too strong, and he's still suppressed. But then, Tien is able to, fire off a solid shot. It hit him and hurt him, because at 3,000, Gohan's blast was able to at least singe, or at least injure Nappa's arm. So Tien would at least be able to put up a shot, but I still think he loses his arm. Ultimately, though, Piccolo's like, oh, god damn it, and then just boom, starts wailing on Nappa. But Nappa's a little confused, and even then, they have no idea what's going on. Though Vegeta's able to eventually pick up the power level scanning and be like, what? It's like, his power is 7,000. What? 7,000? He tries to power. Nappa tries to power up the full. Piccolo's not letting that happen. Just boom, 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 and eventually just blasts a hole straight through him before he can power up the full. Which would be stronger than Piccolo, but they would be pretty even. It'd probably be something akin to Goku fighting Nappa when he powered up. When they both powered up the full. You go, baby. Puppy's down there. So, after he pretty much takes out Nappa, they also have some Senzu. They eat the Senzu. They all recover. Like, and then Vegeta sees this too. He's like, well, now I can see a little bit of what the Kakarot's talking about. You are impressive warriors, to be certain. Maybe even elite. You would even be considered elite, and by our standards, Namekian. But I am a super elite, the prince of all Saiyans, and now I'll show you why! Then he powers up. And remember, this Vegeta's actually had a Zenkai boost, thanks to the thrashing that Radditz gave him. So he's actually around his Namek power level, or Namek Saga power level, which is around 24,000. And they all sense to realize, shit. So I was like, but before they can even mount a counterattack, Vegeta, I'd imagine, kills Chaozu right out, just it's like, Chaozu, no, it's Shinjuku, and then he does the final sacrifice blast, which even with Nappa didn't even really destroy his armor at all. And he was a little under half as strong as Nappa's base form. So with Vegeta, I would imagine that 3,000, it would at least catch him off guard if he throws a blast that powerful at him. But ultimately, it's going to kind of basically just be with Nappa, or just singe the armor, maybe some cracks. But he's like, it's like, ugh. And then he just collapses dead. Well, I see you. I have some spunk in you after all. And then Piccolo tries to get in the way. They go at it for a little bit, but Piccolo's just completely getting manhandled. He gets just wrecked. He's not dead, but he's wrecked. He's about to destroy it. This causes Gohan, though, to eventually just kind of like, leave Mr. Piccolo alone! Which, again, his rage boosts are a bit inconsistent. Like, he's around 724 in Rad Saga, but his power boost when it made him go to, over 1,300. But that's not even a ×2 multiplier. But he's around 924, give or take, during the Saiyan Saga. But he went to a little over 3,000, which is almost over a 3 times multiplier there. So it's a little inconsistent. So, but for the sake of this, we'll go a full 4 times. So a full 10,000 power coming at Vegeta for Masako, ha! And just blast Vegeta. But obviously Vegeta's strong enough to grab it and take care of it. But he's caught off guard. He didn't realize Gohan would have that much power. And just, but all of a sudden he sees the Destructo Disc coming in from Krillin. He's barely able to get out of the way, and then he just doesn't quite cut his arm off, but he basically just gets this super gash in him. Just, it pierces his space armor. This is a gift from my father. I hated my father. Anyway. But yeah, no, so he's now got a serious gash. Now he's injured. Now he's hurt. Now he's, even at full power, his fighting strength is not going to be as capable as he was. I would imagine they used up all of the Senzu beans they had at that point. There was probably enough for one of each. Piccolo's still kind of, he's slowly getting up, but he's still pretty much out of commission at this point. Krillin and Gohan are also pretty beat at this point. But Vegeta's hurt. If we were to say where his power level may have dropped to, if it did drop from that injury, even though his power level is probably 24,000, his fighting capability, if you were to compare it to a full-powered lower version of him, would probably be, given the severity of the injury I'm giving him, I think 1,800, like his normal power level that we know him at. So he loses a good chunk because his mobility is kind of shot without. He can still use the arm for guarding, but even throwing a punch causes him extreme pain. So he's like, oh, screw this! I'm just going to destroy the entire planet! All of a sudden, he senses they sense it. He's like, what? And he's like, huh? What? What is it? And all of a sudden, the ship lands. Raditz and Goku emerge, and obviously they are just they are not happy. And they immediately fly over, and they attend to basically the wounded. Actually, no, Yamcha's still there too. I did forget Yamcha is still alive, but he's still kind of useless at this point. He's still Yamcha. Even though he's technically stronger than Krillin, he does not have a Destructo-Disc technique, so he is technically more useless than Krillin. Actually, he was always technically more useless than Krillin, but let's not mince words. I don't hate Yamcha. Yamcha's the butt of a joke, but it's a fun joke. It's fun to hate on Yamcha. Let's be clear. Let's make that clear. But no one's legitimately hating on Yamcha. It's just fun to hate on Yamcha. Just kind of like it's fun to hate on Krillin too. Anyway, so they get there, and it's like Raditz, Goku's taking his feds, and Rad's seeing this, and he's upset because he's not like super close to these guys. He at least acknowledged them as warriors who could put a fight up. And it looks like they did, but he actually acknowledges that they did kill Nappa, and he actually can sense Piccolo's powers has quite improved as well. So it's like, he acknowledges the fact that these guys are warriors, and he even senses that his nephew actually got from the last he sensed him, has actually gotten pretty strong, all things considered. And you all got pretty strong from the last I saw you. Good on you, but this is our fight. So Raditz basically goes up and confronts Vegeta again. Vegeta's like, ha! Come on! I'm probably at least as strong as you are now, Raditz. Maybe even stronger. And Raditz just looking at us like, I really doubt that. So Vegeta's like, fine, let's figure, and just boom! Raditz like, just decks him, just flat out boom! And Vegeta's like, what? And then he's just trying to, Raditz just do it. Basically how Broly was dodging Piccolo and Goku, and they would just, randomly just giving him like a kidney punch, and pause, kidney punch. So Vegeta once again is getting his shit wrecked at this point. Meanwhile, Goku's just is fearful. It's like, oh, are you okay? Mostly everyone's just kind of beaten up and tired. Piccolo's got the worst of it, but he can tell Piccolo's not in any immediate danger of dying. So basically, Goku then says, okay, guys, get Piccolo out here. Get him to the lookout and get him a Senzu beam. We'll take care of Vegeta. And then Vegeta at this point decides, screw this, and goes Great Ape. Which, to be fair, he is stronger, 2,400, which does make him much more stronger than Goku or Raditz, except for the fact that Raditz at 100,000 also decides to go Uzaru, and is at 1,000,000 at that point, and then just, again, bitch smacks Vegeta around. He tells Goku, now, we never saw either Nappa or Raditz go into Great Ape. We don't know what their control level is. I'd have to imagine, though, that they're higher level Saiyans, so they probably are, or at least Vegeta was, and Nappa were. Those two guys were. But with training and things, and some discipline and martial art, meditation, things along those lines, I'd imagine that Raditz probably ends up getting semblance of control over the Great Ape as well. So he basically just, again, wrecks Vegeta's shop and then just yanks his tail off. Vegeta transforms back, and then Raditz, I don't know if they can turn back at will, or is it like a time transformation or something like that? It's never specified, is it? As long as the mood's in. Maybe it's something they can do on their own, so long as they don't look at the mood again. So anyway, he powers back down. He's a little winded though from going ape. So Rad's just on the ground. Vegeta tries to get up, but he's forgetting that Goku's there too. Goku, for the most part, is still Goku. It's not like this Goku will kill you if he has to. Goku will. But he's got a plastic. Don't. Please don't. I would really not like to kill you. So they basically talk to Vegeta. They basically tell Vegeta, it's like, look, Vegeta, we can do it. You don't have to be the lapdog of Frieza anymore. You can be your own Saiyan. It's like, I mean, look at us. Look how much stronger we got. And for what you're doing, we're low class scum. If we can do it, you can do it too. And that strikes a bit of a chord in Vegeta, just a little bit. It's like, it's like his pride doesn't want to admit that they're stronger than him, but he can't. He has to acknowledge the fact in front of him that these guys whipped his ass twice. So it's like, I was like, how did you do it? Because we have, well, besides methods of training, because we have things we can care for, Vegeta. You can have things you can care for beyond this area, beyond just your pride. There's a life you can have beyond this. Vegeta doesn't want to fully accept that, but he still accepts that I lost. So, more or less what happens is he does what he does initially. He retreats to go and recover. However, this time he's more this time he is more like thinking on things. He's more what happened? How can I do this? How can I accept this? Can I accept their proposal, train with them, accept that they're stronger than me, so forth and so on. So he'll go off and he'll be healing and stuff like that. When he gets done, he'll be around his Namek Saga power level after his recovery, because his power is roughly consistent at this moment, around 30,000, I'd say. Which, assuming we go to Namek, which we're only probably, I don't know, 10 minutes away from ending the video, so we'll see how far we get. Anyway, Goku, they take him to the lookout. There's proper healing. Senzu beans are given around. Piccolo recovers. I'm trying to think of power level wise where Piccolo would be, because he gets like little micro boosts here and there. Let's see here, 1%. So Piccolo got, let's just say 7. He's like 7,250. Okay, sure. Piccolo Gohan also probably gets a little minor Zenkai. Nothing serious. He'd probably just be at an even 3,000. The people who are alive are there. It's like, we were able to do it. Yeah, you guys are strong now. It's like, yes, we are. So, this gives Raditz a chance to brag a little bit. But they have a problem is that, Tien, Chiaotzu, they died. I mean, and they can't bring either of them back. So the question then becomes, what did they do? Well, they called Piccolo Namekian, and that strikes a chord. And Kami actually still being there, says, well, there's Namek, my homeworld. Oh, homeworld. And Piccolo, what? What do you mean homeworld? And yeah, they explained that that's where we came from. That's where I came from. The Dragon Balls here are limited. There could be Dragon Balls on Namek that are possibly stronger. So I can show you where my ship is. You already have a ship, Goku and Raditz, but I can show you the ship. The directions are in there. You can program the directions and basically explain that we can reprogram the directions from the Kami's old ship probably into the Namekian ship, into the Capsule Corp ship. So it's like Rad's like, oh, of course, that's perfect. So they go, and Rad's admits, like, I don't know if I can do this. Where's that woman? The blue-haired woman, the smart one. Where's that one? She would know how to do this. So they ask Bulma, and say, oh yes, Bulma, yes. So again, she's there, and she even notices that Rad's there too, and she remembers how he was kind of a dick at the first, but she grew to be okay with him. She's like, oh, yes, quite impressive. Like, well, I do what I can. I am the smartest woman on the planet. And don't you forget, it's like, Rad likes how feisty she is. And say, hey, Saiyans are attracted to strong women. Mm-hmm. And also, Yamcha's looking at it, like, hey, bro, are you moving on a girl? Would that be a problem if I was? No, I'm just wondering, are you moving in on my girl? Just want a clarification of that. It's okay. So, yeah, they reprogram it, get the coordinates, and they all agree, go to Namek. Rad's at this point, though, Rad's actually slowly becoming one of the group at this point. He's kind of acknowledged at this point that it's going to be hard to convince Vegeta. Vegeta's still out there, and he probably has this conversation with Goku at some point, where that Vegeta's still out there. Vegeta's still going to be a problem. It's unclear whether or not he's going to be willing to join us, to be a part of something bigger, to stop Frieza and to basically maybe form something new. But he's also actually kind of getting some camaraderie out of. Because, again, Raditz is not your typical Saiyan like Vegeta and Nappa. He does have some pride. All Saiyans have a level of pride. But at the same time, he's also a lot more smart and willing to make exceptions. And from what little we know about him, make more exceptions to rules. And, excuse me, I'm a lot better on my ass reflex today. It's actually starting to go down. But still got the remnants. Anyway, and maybe accept more some conditions and things like. He's a lot more willing to. He's a lot more flexible of a Saiyan. So he'll explain that it's actually good to be a part of a group of comrades again, not just Frieza's lapdogs. Actually a group of comrades that people I could actually call brothers in arms and maybe even friends at some point. And even Piccolo even kind of acknowledges that a little bit. It's like I kind of know what you mean. And he explains his backstory. There's a little bit of a rivalry connection. It's like, So where do we? So we'll end off with them basically going to Namek. Now remember, they have the ship. They have the Capsule Corp ship to train on. Can they all fit on that ship? Because let's be clear, most of them, almost everyone's going to Namek. Goku and Raditz are definitely going to Namek. Piccolo's going to Namek. It's his home world. He realizes they got a lot stronger, like F-tons stronger, and they explain the gravity training. So there's that. Gohan's probably going to go with them. Krillin's probably going to go with them. And honestly, the only one, if one has to stay behind, actually, I would imagine actually that Yamcha would actually opt. Actually, I could see that. I can see Yamcha opting to stay behind, telling Bulma, you shouldn't. But what if they need help or something out there? It's like, yeah, I understand that. Which, let's actually be clear. I can't remember why Bulma wanted to go to Namek. Besides the fact that the Dragon Radar, which, yeah, they gave she could just give them the Dragon Radar. What's the actual reason for Bulma needing to go there? I honestly can't remember it. Please tell me in the comments below what the reason Bulma needing to go to Namek was about. Because, really, she didn't contribute at all. She didn't do any... Again, besides Dragon Radar, she didn't contribute one effing bit. So, anyway. So, yes, actually, I can see Yamcha staying behind to protect Bulma, and because he'd pretty much be the only fighter left on Earth. But I'd imagine Bulma would allow, give him basically a kind of gravity thing. A gravity room to train in, or at least some sort of training like that, so he can get some training and continue to get stronger so he'd be protecting Earth. Which, right off the bat, let's skip ahead to assuming everyone gets back. Which, let's be clear, I'm guessing. I make these things up as I go along a little bit, but I usually have a game plan in mind. I'm pretty certain they're all going to make it back. So when Yamcha gets back, after... How long did they spend there? It was like 7 days that Goku took. And then they spent probably a couple other days on the... So, I don't know, a month? Give or take? Between back and trips and all that. And so, yeah, let's just say a month. How long is it going to take? I don't know. Yamcha could honestly be at around 10,000 at that point, which would be a significant increase. But I mean, so yeah, you're still going to get Gohan, but you're going to get a 5-person. It's going to be crowded, but I think they can make it work. Or Bulma builds them a secondary ship, and there it's like 3 of them, Piccolo, Gohan, and Krillin, and then Goku and Raditz are in one ship. I think that's actually a bit more logical, but I imagine they're all going to be crammed to one ship. But multiple training partners, that's going to be pretty good. Sorry, I heard something. I heard an insect I'm probably going to have to squash in a little bit. Yeah, we got a little bit of a pest problem at the moment. I mean, power-wise, and now we're at a power area, though, because they're all sharing the same gravity chamber now. They can't do the 100 times gravity that they're used to. They're going to have to dumb it down probably to the 10 times and then work their ways back up. But that doesn't mean they're still not going to go stronger. Like Vegeta and Goku, Radditz and Goku. But should I know? Remember, Goku does not know Kaioken at this point either. He has never met King Kai. Goku will probably, through a decent amount of training between him, Radditz, and the others, we'll cap him out at 200,000. Radditz around 125,000. Pit Nessie, where are they getting their gravity chamber though? In terms of the gravity, it's anyone's guess. I would be willing to go about 50. I think the 50 times is reasonable after they're able to acclimate properly. So that would put, if we're going by a 5 times multiplier at minimum, that would put Piccolo at 35. I'd actually put probably Piccolo's like 50,000 at this point. Gohan also probably had a solid increase, probably around 15,000 for him at least, maybe 20. I'd go 20. 20 seems fair. And Krillin is probably also, because Krillin's about the same as Gohan, but he's not a Saiyan, so he doesn't increase as quickly. He's probably benching about 12,000 at this point. So, I mean, they're all relatively much stronger when they get to Namek. So when they land on Namek, things are getting shit go crazy, yo. And they'll be able to sense the energy of Frieza, and they sense the energy of another. Vegeta's on Namek. And that's where we're going to leave it. It's like, what's Vegeta doing here? So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. That is part 2 of this Who Would Win. What If. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry, getting gassed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this review, something put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for Who Would Win, Star Wars, Superior Magic, What If, anything I do on the channel. Put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.